Do you find yourself ever worried about the pressures that people put upon you for your time? They just constantly are saying that they're adding more to your schedule, more to your responsibilities, and it just feels overwhelming. You don't think you can handle it at times. And I was reading this book last year, and it was called the book is called Free to Focus, and it was a really helpful book by Michael Hyatt. And in the book, he talked about how we can grow and learn and how we can focus on the things that are most important. And I'll probably share some other things that I've learned from that book. But I want to share today where he quoted from another author. The author's name was William Ury. And William Ury wrote this book called The Power of the Positive No. And William Ury gave us a four-step strategy or four strategies for dealing with situations where people are putting demands upon your time and how you handle them. Michael Hyatt said this: 3 of these strategies do not yet work, yet we are all guilty of using them at some point. Only one of the 4 strategies work, and that one is highly effective almost every time. And as we run through each of these 4, we're going to try to start to look at how we can apply each one. So let's think about them. The first one, Ury would say, is accommodation. Accommodation is where we say yes when we really want to say no. Now, how oftentimes does that happen? A response comes from the fact that we value the relationship with other people. We really care about them, and they're making a request of us. They're putting a demand upon us, but because we value the relationship, we say yes, when deep down we really don't want to do it. And we don't want to cause a conflict in that relationship, so what we do is we say yes. We don't want to let the person down. Well, how many times does that happen where you accommodated a person and that has led to difficulties in your life? That leads to the second problem area. Ury would say the second one is attack. This is where we say no poorly. So if the first one is we said yes when we really wanted to say no, the second one is where we said no poorly. It's the opposite of accommodation. It's here where we're valuing our own interest more than we're valuing the other person. And our response to the request is maybe an overreaction to that request. It's out of irritation. It's out of resentment. It's out of fear. It's out of pressure. And we respond poorly. Okay, so we have accommodation, we have attack, those first 2, not good, of course. And now we have avoidance, is the third one. Avoidance is where we say nothing at all. And perhaps you get a text from somebody and you avoid the text. Or you get a call from somebody and you avoid the call. You get an email from somebody, you don't want to return it. So you don't return the call, you don't reply to the email. And in doing so, we act like we didn't see the text. We act like we didn't see the email. And we simply ignore it. And the purpose behind that is that we think that if we push it off long enough, then the person will stop pressuring us. And this usually happens because we're afraid of offending the person and we're afraid of really saying no to the other person. So what we do is we push it off. But the problem is that more often than not, that won't work. Okay, so we've had the first 3, accommodation, attack, and avoidance. I wonder which of those 3 do you tend to do often in your relationships, because that will really be a telltale sign of how you're handling the pressure that is there. So those 3 responses are pretty bad. And so now what we want to do is to work on something that is a better response. And Ury called those a 3A trap, the tendency that we have to accommodate, to attack, and to avoid. He called that the 3A attack. And so what we want to do are the 3A trap. So what we want to try to do is to get out of that. And he gives us a 4th strategy. The 4th strategy is really important: affirmation. This is the response that works really usually by creating a win-win situation, a win for them and a win for you, where you can walk away, where you don't have to necessarily sacrifice in this particular situation, but you're able to share the things that you would want to share. And Ury lines this up by saying yes, no, yes. He gives a principle of yes, no, yes. It's a simple formula. Yes. You say yes to the person and you protect what is important to you. So you say yes to the person and protect what is important to you. And that includes you affirm the person. You don't want to shame them. You don't want to put them down. You affirm them. Yes. Then you go no. And this is so important. The no is that you have to be matter of fact. It's got to be clear. You have to set a clear set of boundaries. There's no wiggle room here. It's unambiguous. You are not going to leave out the possibility open of any other option. So you say, no, I can't do this particular thing. And you make it very clear to them. So yes, you affirm the relationship. No, you give a very clear matter-of-fact boundary. No, I can't do that. And then yes, you end by affirming the relationship again and by offering another option to the person's request. So let me give you a real-life example. So I counsel, and I had somebody reach out to me and said that they had heard of me from a friend who had counseled with me previously, and they wanted to work with me. And they said, I want to see you on Saturday at 3 p.m. The only problem is I don't work on Saturday at 3 p.m. And they said, I want to schedule an appointment for this Saturday at 3 p.m. Okay. So now, if I went to the place of accommodating, what would happen? I'd give in. I'd say yes when I really want to say no. And I wouldn't want to hurt this person's feelings, or I wouldn't want to hurt the person that referred their feelings. So I would say yes when I should have said no. That's accommodation. I guess I could have gone a second path, is to attack them and to, who do you think you are telling me I'm going to see you at 3 p.m. on Saturday? I guess I could have avoided as well. I could have avoided their email. I could have avoided their phone call. And what would that have solved? Those three things would not have worked. So what do I need to do? Instead of the 3A trap, I need to find a way to affirm. So how did I do it? I started with yes. I'm so excited about the fact that you are interested in finding biblical counseling, Christian counseling, and I'm excited about the fact that you identify some areas and you want to grow. That's really great. And it's a real encouragement to me that other people from my past are referring me. That must mean that they were happy with the work that I'd done. So I'm really encouraged by the fact that you're looking for a counselor. That's the yes. No. Unfortunately, 3 p.m. on Saturdays is not part of my schedule, and I do not have that open. So I do not counsel after 12 p.m. on Saturday. So any time on Saturday later afternoon would not be a possibility for counseling. No. Yes. But I'm really encouraged that you're looking for counseling, and I'm not the only counselor that is out there. There are really good counselors. So here are some resources that you may be able to look into to find a counselor that may be able to fit into your time schedule. Do you see it? So don't accommodate when you want to say you want to say no and you say yes. Don't attack. Don't hurt them. Don't go after them in an attacking way. Don't avoid. You got to deal with the problem. Don't fall into the 3A trap. Do this. Affirm them. Say yes. Say no. Say yes. It will work a lot of the time. Now, there are going to be some people that are just going to still want to run over your boundary lines and want their own way, and you can't do anything about that. You can influence people, but you don't determine them. But if you use this yes-no principle, yes, no, yes principle, you will find that your relationships make so much more progress as you move forward. I hope this helps. Blessings. Take care.